done yet, are you?
No.
Now, these are all ones that are considered extremely strong Republicans that have done time, money, and I mean, that's how they're rated. They're 1. Cheryl Barton, Grady Barton, Rose Barton, and none of these Bartons, except those, I'm not related to those, so. Yvonne Markham, Charles Robertson.
Excuse me just a moment. Your committee's required to have 5 members.
I have 5 members, quorum is 3.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. And apparently they're stuck in the line, so.
Okay.
Al Brandenberry, Rena Peden, Bill Wilson, Susan Freeman, Mary Lou Lee, Gary Pat Dean, Robert Lewis, Catherine Marshall, Marilyn Gerstenslager, Marvin Herring, Marcia Harden, Robert Clinton, Patty Clinton, Damaris Barton, Danny Lee, Patricia Williams, Dorothy Worthington, Patricia Martin, Curtis Jenkins, Suzanne Carlson, David Keith Kubosh, Timothy Barton, John Hale, Alice Hale, Jeannie Leonard, Robin Gentry, Karen Sora, Melanie Spear, Jay Sora, Angela Hughes, Larry Spear, Harry Mayo, Mary Shornoff, Keith Carlson, and Sharon Leatherman, and now we start with 2s, which is considered a little bit, you know, they aren't quite, they voted in all the primaries and all that stuff. Keith Carlson, Todd Hughes, Michael Brozovan, Randy Freeman, Arthur Schmitz, Gigi Moore, Dorothy Wazlowski, Mary Schmidt, Joshua Carden, Deborah Simmons, Paula Frost, Cecile Tooley, Brian Rocky, Victoria Rocky, I'll go with you in a minute, Obie Day, have a seat, Bill, Genevieve Day, and Landon Wisely. Now, this Landon Wisely has never voted, and he wanted to be on the list. I have several from Mary Schmidt on down that have really haven't done anything.
If he's never voted, how do we know if he's Democrat or Republican?
I don't think we know that. So, my thing is that he's not on there. Okay, what I have is we have all the things that show whether we're strong Republican, weak Republican, and all that sort of stuff. We pulled and ran these copies. The list that we have starts out with, these are the ones that are very, very, very strong Republicans. You know, those of us that have went to Florida and worked for Bush or worked for Cornyn, do our time and our money and vote all the time. And we're on for the whole cause. We have all these names here. What is the committee's thoughts on some of these that have, and
the guy that's never voted is automatically, to me, off.
Yeah.
And
how many is that total list altogether?
Okay, if we take him off, 65, 67, 68.
Okay.
Is this the delegate list or alternate list?
Will be delegate and some will be alternates.
Yeah.
There's 43 delegates.
Right.
We're allowed 43. So the first 43 names read will be delegates. The rest will be alternates.
I see this one.
Mm-hmm. She's at the precinct.
What's an NPV, you know?
Non-primary voter. Mm-hmm.
So they didn't vote in this primary?
They may have voted in this primary,
Oh,
but they
but not
didn't.
before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which, how
This is
strong
like
is that?
this is like their first primary ever to vote in the Republican Party
In Parker County.
in Parker County.
And we got these records from Parker County. And here are the sheets that show, you know, what we do,
Very good.
and all that stuff.
Good.
These are the sheets from the county that show the name, the affiliations, what they do, and voting and all that.
Where does the 2 start?
The 2 start, right.
Okay. Okay, oh, I see. Okay, yeah. I was thinking she would be the one that's for sure she would.
Yeah.
Okay. Robert,
For the regulars? Okay, we've got one that I didn't get on my list, so we're actually gonna have to go to like
42.
42.
Is there anybody on that list that didn't want to do it, do you think?
So far, everybody we've talked to is really interested in the process.
And most of them have done it before.
Right. I mean, you know, this isn't, as you know, our first state conventions ever, so. And it's a commitment. It's a money commitment.
Right.
It's a time commitment. I mean, no one pays us to do this, and we have to pay our own way.
Well, I know Robin said she would go.
I mean, you're looking at $1,000 commitment per
Yeah.
person. By the time you pay for the convention and by the time you pay the rooming and
Right.
everything.
Excuse me. The convention packet says that y'all have room for some new activists. You encourage new activists. Do you have any room for new activists in your top 43?
I would say no, because I'm gonna go with those ones that have been with the process and done.
But I'm just clarifying, just because your packet does encourage new people and new voices and new activists, so if they're not going to be included in the top 43, how is that encouraging new people?
Well, just like these people, NPV means new primary voters.
Sure.
So now they're here,
Sure, at the bottom
so
of the
then they
alternate
start
list.
working for 4 years.
Sure.
So in 4 years, this person that's an NPV could be a 2
Sure.
or 1.
Do you have
But no
room
one
for
is-
one or two new people?
You know,
on
there is nothing, I went to conventions when I was not a delegate.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you feel
Sure.
good.
I went
Sure.
and didn't have a thing
Yeah.
to do other than I was part of the process.
Robert's gone and wasn't a delegate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of us have gone to national conventions, and obviously
Sure.
we're not one of the 2 or 3 from our
Sure,
district
sure.
in
Well, the
Texas.
paperwork just says that on the delegate list that most are seasoned veterans who've been experienced, but there are a few new activists are taken along for as part of the process.
And I would
that-
say that they would go along as what I did. The first 2 I went to, I didn't even vote.
Sure, well, this part was talking about the delegate list to state, as delegates to state. So I was just wondering if you had any room for new people on your delegates to state.
Well, I would make a motion we take the top 43.
And then after that, then we'll,
Go with the next ones for delegates.
and some of these will drop out. Personal things happen,
Right.
and, you know. In fact, the first year I was available to do, I was an alternate and ended up
So there's a
being the
possibility
delegate.
some of these could move up.
Sure,
Because a lot
sure.
dropped
Oh,
out
I'm
between
sure.
now
Oh,
and
sure.
June. Because my first convention I went as an alternate and ended up being
They
delegate.
could have a family emergency, they could have any number of things happen.
Oh, yeah. Work, things came up, I know in our case
Sure.
that happened. And then sickness, anything.
So then that's not 86, so how do you fill in the remainder of that alternate list?
I guess we can take names from the floor. Take one.
How many alternates do we need?
43.
Also 43, okay.
Which one have we got now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's all 43 couldn't go, then we're set. We
10,
don't have
I
to.
mean, the most of them are
Panic
still
on
not
it.
historical.
I guess that is a possibility.
That's why they make you have 43,
That
I
would be
guess.
good news.
Okay, so we're okay with that, and I
Yeah.
have 4 of my 5 members here, so we're in agreement.
Yes.
Okay, right.
Great, thank you for letting us speak.
Oh, no problem.
Team had a